What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Crazy for KV's RC. I'm Tim. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Going to be doing a little bit of a vlog style today. Need to do some reorganizing in the room pretty bad. I think just like most people, you get a certain level of anxiety when you kind of work in things that are disorderly and you kind of outgrow what your current organization is. Comment down below if you're kind of like me and you live with it because life is very busy. At a certain point, you hit a breaking point and you're like, enough is enough. Let's either spend the money, spend some time, kind of rethink things. And I think it's that time for me. So I'm actually going to give you guys kind of an inside. This room is not a studio by any means. Kind of make it work. You guys can kind of see what I have, the setup, get a little bit of an orientation for depending on where I'm sitting. But yeah, we're just going to jump right into it. I'm going to kind of walk you through my room and we'll go from there. All right, so we got the workbench. I feel like it looks a lot smaller, kind of zoomed out like this and looking at it from this angle. But yeah, this is where most of, my work gets done, at least all my wrenching. Kind of starting on the left side. I've got a couple parts trays. Yeah, just like everybody else, I got random screws floating around, different parts from different builds. And that's just kind of what I'm talking about. I need bins and parts organization that I can really sort things, get them put away when I'm done with them. Kind of this old desk organizer I just use as a kind of a little toolbox, tool stand, using a 1, 2, 3 block for my drivers. I have a really nice tool pouch, but just put them in there. They're easier to get to. We got more parts trays. Anyways, standard workbench stuff, right? I run a couple servers, so they're back there underneath this little overhang. There's some fans in there for some ventilation. Works out pretty good. Got my UPS right here. Not a great spot for it, but is what it is. Up here we got Wi-Fi router, a small little vise. You can kind of see my lights. I don't have great lights, but we make it work. Got 4 there. Bunch of parts. This is like kind of become my catch-all. Get that light turned on. You guys saw the high-low recently. At least kind of a teaser, kind of a little walkthrough for it. At the time of this video, still getting that figured out. My heat gun, this is one of my bins here. It's spilling over out of the top. Double-sided tape, spare zip ties, zip tie gun, wire crimpers, things like that for like a servo wires. It's got all sorts of stuff. It's got my Cal RC grease. And then going down here, this is like a little printing stand. Terrible lighting down here, I apologize. This actually has all my screws sorted out by type of screw and size, stainless and black oxide. This, just kind of in the meantime, that's all my like transmission spares, drive shafts, links, and then radios. It's pretty hard to see, but under here, where my legs go, that bin's full. That's mostly like RC tools. And then sandpaper, things like that, E6000 shoe goo. And then back there is a bunch of Lexan, spare Lexan bodies, Lexan parts, the like. I got this as well. It's got some books, like, RTR manuals or, assembly manuals for kits. I got a box in there with all my stickers. Going left from the workbench, 3D printer, Mark III S Plus Prusa. It comes in spurts how much I use that, but got all my filament underneath there. Printer works great though. Pretty much every time I come up with a project, whether it's a design or I find a design, it gets the job done. Got a futon here, and just in case we have enough guests, and then kind of fitting up there. You guys probably seen that. It's a bear I was fortunate enough to harvest in 2016. So going over here, we just got some kind of becoming a catch-all as well. TRX 4M, SCX 24 Bronco, this Lego Technic crane, body off my comp truck. This is what remains of that old school Bronco, the early Bronco from Axial. Need to kind of disassemble that and try to get rid of it, I think. We got this guy, the Flamingo, little trike. And down there we got a dual rider, Grasshopper, a couple of Lego kits. And then we got, these are actually my great grandfather's die-cast models, so sentimental. You guys know the shelves, or yeah, you've seen most of the trucks up there. New Class 2 comp truck. Yeah, fantasy football trophy I'm 3D printing. See up here, last year's comp truck, Rolarlo speed car that I got way late and was mad about, so I stopped really caring about it. So this is the meat and potatoes of why I wanted to do this video. This is this closet, and I want you guys to see, you know, here's my editing, homework, gaming PC. It's kind of jack of all trades. And then up here, I got 6 more vehicles. These are like all my buggy style or aluminum axles. So either metal cage or aluminum axles. Kind of the more premium, I guess, section. Yeah, this closet, I was fortunate enough when we were looking at this house about a year and a half ago. My wife was like, you should take this room for your hobby room. I think the closet would work really well for you. And it's pretty big, and you know, the windows off the street, so noise and stuff for videoing. And I was like, that's awesome. And very happy that, you know, I just get to have a room in the house. But I've outgrown it. This is, it's gotten crazy. So anyways, I'm going to kind of try to show you, we're not going to pull every bin out or anything, but I'm going to try to show you somewhat of what my system was. And then you can clearly see why it's failing. And you guys will get to see some stuff in here that maybe you've never seen before. So this is just an old pressed wood shelf from our old house. Wasn't being used, so I jacked it and brought it in here. So we'll start at the top. We got an old, that's actually the body from my VS410 Ultra. It's got a Phoenix body on it. So it has a project, but it shouldn't really just be sitting, taking up the shelf. There's a VS410 with a twin, VFD twin. It's got a Polar Pro in it, Three Brothers RC. It's got some nice stuff on it. It's waiting on a project. You guys will see that at some point. Here's a bunch of parts for another project. This is for my 4Runner body. I don't know if you guys have seen that besides for live stream, stuff like that. Charger. This is just a charger box, got all my cables. 4-port charger by ProTech. Kind of sits next to my filming stuff. But yeah, so I get gimbal, wireless mic. I'm actually wearing that right now. Some GoPro stuff. Not real important. The empty shelf there. And then down there is the Cross RC tow truck box with a bunch of stuff in it because I haven't made a ton of progress on that. Here is a box of 1.9 tires. Some are mounted on wheels, some aren't. These are everything besides RTR tires. So, yeah, quite a few. Let's just go up there. We've got some spare parts in a box that's way too big, dual rider. We got some scale stuff. That's that tiny little white box. That's my scale stuff. So you can tell how scale I am. A couple of cell blocks just for car displays. I like to just buy 4 or 6 at a time. 1.9 foams. So some stock, but mostly dual stage aftermarket. We got RTR tires. That box up there is like, I think it's mostly VS410 chassis components, cross braces, probably some rails, 2.2 wheels and tires. We got some more 1.9 wheels or tires. This is my wheel box underneath. We got two more of those. Underneath is transmissions, axle components, axle housings. A lot of junk, a lot of good stuff too. Got my batteries in here. Not the best storage, I know. I have ammo cans too. I need to just put them in here inside ammo cans with, you know, holes drilled in the lids, and I'd feel a lot better about that. Yeah, especially because you see, you know, how many are in there. There's quite a few. I am pretty good though about not leaving them sit out, things like that. There was probably one sitting out of there because I was just doing some stuff. So on top, this just absolutely catches a bunch of junk. We've got some winch line, micro winch, some Three Brothers RC motors, one motor in there, the other one's used. Some very nice parts, some drive shafts, Vanquish sway bar, motor mount. These are short course wheels. Some dual stage foams. You guys will like this. I was testing these out. Let's see how the lighting is in here. Oh yeah. Spec RC deep dish on Baja Pro X's. Just need to get some wider foams. Foams just don't quite work for those. And these are CNC custom deep dish. These are 2.2s on the Mudslingers. Those look pretty good too. We've got brand new Fling Kings, never been ran, just on some cheap RTR incision beadlocks. And then we have down there, I save the RTR foams. I like to use them for shipping stuff. I'll tear them up or try to pad things where they need to be padded. We got paint, white, grays, blacks in there. And all my colors are in there. I don't have a ton of paint, but servos. Let's see. Servos and radios. I honestly don't know what's in there. That's like random stuff. This is more filming stuff. My drone is in there. Let's see. My shock oil. This is motors and ESCs. Other electronics, so light kits, fans, things like that, power switches. These are SCX24 parts, shocks, non-Vanquish shocks and Vanquish shocks. I have so many Vanquish trucks I wanted to differentiate. So now you kind of see what I'm working with. The closet's the first thing I want to attack. And I actually just drew up, just on paper, some shelves. And I think you can use some of the wall space in the closet a lot better. So I'm going to work on building those. I'll time lapse it, hit you guys with that little, you know, woodworking. Very basic carpentry. They're not going to hold a ton of weight, so they don't have to be super sturdy. As long as they're square and the containers I choose fit in them, that's all that I really care about. Not even going to stain them or paint them, leave them raw. So I'm going to work on that. I'll probably set up the camera too while I'm pulling stuff out of the closet, just to kind of show how much is really packed in there. But we're going to try to get more packed in there and more organized as well. I have a plan to use a lot of those little clear and gray bins, just because I like you can see what's in them. Obviously, I'm going to label them too, and they're inexpensive too. They're like $1.75 a piece. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get to work. Get the shelves built, get the closet cleaned out, put the shelves in there, and I'll get you guys an update whenever we have some progress.